I used to believe love was the most powerful force in the world, that when two people promised forever, nothing could break them apart. And for 14 years, I lived inside that belief like a warm blanket, certain that the woman I loved, the woman who once whispered in the dark that I was her everything, would never be capable of tearing me apart. But the truth is, no one prepares you for the day that illusion shatters, for the night you walk into your own home and discover that the person you trusted most has turned your life into a nightmare. And the worst part is, you don't see it coming, because even that morning, I kissed her on the forehead as she sipped coffee in her silk robe, sunlight spilling across her face like a painting. And I told her I'd be late because of work, and she smiled, reached out to touch my cheek with the same fingers that hours later would be gripping him in ways she swore were only mine. And if that doesn't hollow you out, nothing will. Because that night, when I finished work early, excited like a teenager to surprise her, I picked up her favorite wine, the one we shared the night we got engaged, and I walked into our house humming like a fool, only to notice something strange. The faint sound of music upstairs, soft laughter that didn't belong to me, and my heart didn't break right away. It hesitated because denial is a slow poison, and for a second I thought maybe she was on the phone with a friend, until I climbed the stairs and saw the bedroom door half open, light spilling through like a secret begging to be uncovered. And that's when I heard her voice, low and breathless, saying his name, and suddenly the world tilted. My hands trembled so hard the wine slipped and shattered on the floor. And when I pushed that door open, everything inside me died, because there they were, tangled in the sheets that once carried our dreams, her bare shoulders glowing under the golden lamplight, his arms wrapped around her like they belonged there. And when she saw me, her eyes widened in horror, but not enough, because she didn't scream, didn't cry. She just froze, her lips parted. And in that silence, I understood something worse than infidelity. I realized she wanted him, maybe always had, and I stood there, a man stripped of everything, staring at the woman who swore before God and everyone we knew that she'd never hurt me, staring at the man who once sat across from me at my wedding, grinning, calling me his brother, a man I trusted enough to give my house keys to. And now those keys had opened the gates to hell, because the betrayal wasn't just hers, it was his too. And when he spoke, trying to explain, trying to tell me it wasn't what it looked like, I laughed. God, I laughed so hard I thought I'd lose my mind. Because what do you call two naked bodies in the bed I paid for if not what it looks like? And I wanted to scream, to break everything, to drag him out by his throat. But I couldn't move, because rage was drowned by heartbreak. And all I could think about was every anniversary, every kiss, every promise she ever made, and how all of it, every single moment, was now a lie. And I wanted to ask her why, but I was terrified of the answer, because the truth is, when someone cheats, it's not about the act, it's about the choice, the decision that you weren't enough, and that knowledge burns worse than any wound. And as I backed away, as they scrambled for words that would never heal what they'd done, I felt something inside me snap, like the last thread holding me to who I used to be. And I walked out without a word, past the broken wine bottle and the framed wedding photo on the floor, glass cracked like our vows. And I drove for hours, numb, replaying everything in my head, every smile, every laugh, until it hit me that I didn't just lose a wife and a friend. I lost the man I was when I believed in forever. And that man is never coming back, because love didn't just die that night. It was murdered, and the killers were the two people I loved the most. And the question that haunts me isn't why they did it, but how long they'd been doing it. How many times I kissed her lips still wet from his touch, and now every memory tastes like poison. Every I love you echoes like a cruel joke. And maybe one day I'll heal. Maybe one day I'll forgive. But tonight, as I stare at the empty side of this bed and smell a perfume that no longer belongs to me, all I feel is the weight of a promise broken, and the echo of her voice whispering forever in a world where forever doesn't exist.